Luckily onto the pad, not the stumps. I wonder if Rizwan's thinking... For the next batter in.
Gary said actually went and sat down beside Nathan Smith about 3 overs ago just to have that conversation on what has suggested it was. There's still plenty of time in terms of the game. How deep do they want to take it? I find it intriguing, that perspective, and there's no reason why he couldn't go bang bang, New Zealand is 7 down, and then the game's New Zealand are in a lot of strife. It'll have to restrict their ability to go hard at the end. I think probably what he's seeing, and especially standing behind the stumps, that there's still enough seam movement out there, and that's probably why he's still got his seam bowlers bowling. I think if these two bat for another 10 overs they're in, then it means that McKeam isn't actually as effective.
Hear that? Shots have been warming up, so I think it'll be sooner rather than later, regardless of success or otherwise. Paceman here. But Wasim's also had a good day, 2 for 29 today. I thought he became a tone setter after that power play. I think he was right onto a good length. He's just a bit more in control of things after Fahim, Akeef and Ralph had to go with their opening spells. Lamar just checking in on the running repairs, fingers taped up.
Wasim's junior sort of been around for a little while. He's still 23 years old, I think, but he missed 6 months of cricket from April to December with a back injury, so he hasn't had that chance to be able to, I guess, have an extended run. Bowled really well at the World Cup, the ODI World Cup in India, behind Shaheen and Harris Ralph as well. He's only played one List A game in 16 months.
What about the Buffon? Clamping down on this, but man, they're at a wide short third, and there's no way past. The run's still proving hard to come by. 34 overs completed here, 164 for 5.
नई स्ट्रॉन्गर पेप्सी बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग हो गई है भाई इतनी न्यू स्ट्रॉन्गर पेप्सी
Kept on ice for the time being, but strike rates. Robust 39 and Hay 42 just means the game is. 2 over spells there for him, one imagines. His complement of 10.
I think I'm looking at the position that New Zealand are in at the moment. Both of these players are striking, well, Abbas 38 and Mitch Hay 42. It's at this point in time you want to have some intent to score, so whether it is just making an adjustment across the wicket, whether it's using your feet, just being a little proactive in terms of the way that you're going about it. I think in the back of their mind they're saying 5 down, there's still, I guess it's the bowling all-rounders that have come to bat, so this is a key partnership. So it might be the fact that they look to try and get to that 40th over, maybe 42, and then reassess in terms of being a bit more proactive.
It's gone past Rizwan. No chance there. It's away to the boundary for 4.
I sort of feel at the moment it's just waiting for these types of deliveries that are coming from the Pakistan players. Just that one angle down leg side. Just keep going with the arm as well. So maybe the conversations between both of these are, we don't have to do too much because we feel like there's enough going on there. But it's how they can just have that intent to score off each and every delivery. Is it soft hands into the circle? Is it trying to get inside the line and then know that Abbas and Mitch Hay both have the strength to go hard at the end?
And I think it was the ball before that too. Mohamed Abbas just happy to duck under a short one, and you'd sort of think, geez, last week you might have had a crack at that, even though he's got a field set for that delivery. Fine leg, and it's really back on the boundary. It's just an indication maybe of how tough Abbas is finding it. Not wanting to take too many risks, not wanting to be trapped by that delivery.
Even look at that last delivery where he's just opened his hands on the ball. So he's purposely just looked to have that intent to score. And then that allows you to create a little bit of rhythm in terms of your batting. So that when you decide to go a little bit harder, you know you've got the feeling out in the middle.
Just wafts at this one. Hey, it's non-committal.
The crypto industry moves fast. We can't keep up with everything. Or can we? Discover.
हमें ज्वाइन कर रखा है. Welcome to the.
Start to work their way through the gears if they can. It's not going to happen with 1 or 2 big shots. Just a gradual increase in pace and scoring opportunities. 5 off this over. Take another run here. It's a run a ball off the over, and you could probably just feel a little bit more in control. Or you can get whacked with one. And a short one that he misses here, Mitch Hay. And they'll probably come and have a look here as well. 169 for 5.
नई स्ट्रॉन्गर पेप्सी
बहुत स्ट्रांग हो गई है भाई.
इतनी
New stronger Pepsi.
Now we've seen Mitch Hay as well. Maybe there's just a little bit extra. That is a very uncomfortable area. Just right in the side of the temple. Oof. See the importance of how much that pushed back into the side of his head. That's what really hurts there, right into the side of the temple. Just wonder if there's a little bit within that wicket. There is still those sort of strips of green slightly that if they do hit those, they do take off a little bit.
I've seen a lot of cricket here over the last 5 years. I think it's a thing here at Sydney Park, and I do think it's that end. I do think there's just a wee demon at the end of the block, because it does feel like bowlers bowling from the members' ends just have to extract something just a little extra. It will be imagined, of course, but let's have a look at the bowlers still to come here. 3 overs left in Fahim's allotment, 2 for Akif. This Ralph has 4. Senior Junior 3 to come. And Sufyan with 3 to come as well. Anyway, standard 2.14. Left arm spinner.
We expect Harris Ralph to bowl the majority of the death overs. He does that anyway. No Naseem Shah bowls a good chunk of his overs in the death as well. So it looks like they're just trying to get rid of Akif's overs and go, okay, we've got Ralph to go, Wazim and Hakeem as well. And they continue with pace at the moment. Just rely on that experience to close out the overs.
Last day of the home summer, coming at you on Saturday, live here on TVNZ's Duke and TVNZ Plus and around the world, of course, wherever you're watching. Third and final one-day international. It's been a long home summer. Strange home summer at that. Break in the middle. This is going to take a quick single, has to hustle, does well. Those are the runs that are going to start to count here.
Yeah, that's really good batting. Just to allow the ball to come, the soft hands, and so we're talking about around being able to create those scoring opportunities. Bowling very much wicket to wicket here, into the wicket, Pakistan. Their drives up, so New Zealand are expecting there to be a mix of length in terms of the short pitch deliveries with those 2 out at square and fine, and then just attacking the stump, saying if you want to try and go up and over the top at our heavy length, that is very, very challenging as a batter. You have to do something different.
Waiting.
Looking for that access area too, and Pakistan have been good in that area of the field. Short third and third man, they've been busy because they know that is where New Zealand's trying to release a lot of pressure. He's gone to that shot a lot. Mixed fortunes, and it's not a boundary option.
Just get a sense that both batters don't look comfortable. Whether that they don't feel necessarily in because maybe there's a little bit more in the wicket in terms of inconsistency, in terms of pace.
That's nice though. It's just the one. It just feels like they've had trouble really getting on the front foot today. I think Pakistan may have just moved that length back a little, Katie. New Zealand have just been a little crease bound today and therefore a little tentative. And knowing that the ball's doing a bit, it's quite hard to make that commitment, isn't it?
I think they're 10 centimetres shorter than what we saw early on. The difference really has actually been how more tighter the lines have been.
It doesn't sound a lot, does it? When you think of the length of the pitch, but 10 centimetres can be the difference between the ball that beats the bat and the ball you crash through the covers for 4.
Well, it's not a drivable length, is it? So it's sort of that 8 metres that you feel is probably the right length in terms of through the middle, hitting the wicket hard and not allowing any sort of elevation underneath the ball. And at the moment, Pakistan have just been able to bowl to the field they've got. New Zealand aren't taking any risk whatsoever, just looking to try and use their hands, trying to work it around and then rely on those deliveries. But we've seen one short one hit perfectly to the field on the boundary. So they're bowling to their plans.
Worked off the hip. Just a single again. 36 overs completed here, 173 for 5. Harris Ralph comes back, and I think this will be a pretty short spell. They'll save him for a couple end of the innings. Harris Ralph is there. Try and eke out another wicket here. And he goes close. First ball. Hay has another mad swipe at it.
He's very, very good on the pull shot. Mitch Hay, not much foot movement in terms of getting into the ball, but fast hands as well. You sort of feel like both of these players just sweating on that delivery that's a little bit short like that, to be able to free their hands and be able to use it. We haven't seen from memory any big expansive drives down the ground, up and over the top, which would indicate the lengths that Pakistan are bowling are spot on at the moment.
And again, Ralph just inviting Hay to have a crack outside off, and Hay can't catch up with another. Yeah, I think maybe Nick Kelly early doors with a couple of nice drives, but that sort of Daryl Mitchell zone, it's been hard to access today, hasn't it? Straight down in the V.
Just sense a little bit of frustration from Mitch Hay now. He's just stood across to the side of the pitch. He had his hands on his hips. Mohammed Abbas was going down to talk to him. He sort of just looked at him and said, I've got this, I'm under control.
No doubt this is a stern test of the fortitude of these two men out there in the black shirts at the moment. Ralph right in the channel there. He's
probably one of the most expressive Pakistan bowlers going around. guy that makes something happen. Just the way that he comes in, the way that he hustles in, gets the ball moving.
Oh, he connects with this one. Still just the one run. Yeah, he is expressive, isn't he, as you mentioned, but he brings a lot of energy. Each time he's got the ball in his hand, you can see he's chatty. He likes to have a chat to the batters. He's talking with Rizwan. He shows his frustration. He shows his joy. So you just know where you stand with him.
He's a very popular figure at the Melbourne Stars and the BBL over in Australia. The fans loved him. The teammates loved him. Just him at the MCG running in with the crowd behind him. He loved his experience there.
Oh, now there's an opportunity, but that's going to fall safely. No control on the shot from Abbas there. And here is Ralph. Well, he's come back to create something, and this has been a fine over so far.
He's always going to bowl that wobble seam. Threw the shot a little early there, Mohamed Abbas. That's where I wonder if maybe it's just doing a little bit more than we're seeing up here. Just with the fact that a lot of players haven't really been able to time from that end.
Well, that's straight down the ground, and that's the shot you've called for, Katie Martin. Mache delivers. That is authoritative to finish the over. 179 for 5.
नई स्ट्रॉन्गर पेप्सी बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग हो गई है भाई इतनी
New, stronger Pepsi.
Now they just sort of, yeah, here we go. I've got one finally out the middle. Just maybe a slight shift there. Saw the ball up, went up and over the top. Not an easy shot when the ball is seaming a little bit at the moment.
Boundary off the last ball of the over. New Zealand's run rate climbing towards 5. And with Ralph now tried, looking for that wicket, they'll bring back the spinner Sufyan. Just starting to think that maybe Hay is going to start teeing off here, at least trying to hit his way out of trouble, so to speak. He's on 19. Mohamed Abbas. This has been a great battle between these two. Sufyan would feel like he's had the better of it. Good point on the boundary, and now we'll have a chase on his hands. That's good running.
Well, they actually made a change to that field, so the deep point was a lot squarer, a lot further in front of the wicket. They moved him slightly finer. What he's wanting to do is get the ball to go across Mohamed Abbas. And let's not forget the Daryl Mitchell stumping that went across him. So I'm just wondering if he's just trying to get the ball going away from him, drifting past the outside edge. Doesn't mind using his feet, Mohamed Abbas, to Maqam. And 50 partnership comes up between these two. There's been hard graft for both of them.
Seeing signs here, aren't we, Hey? Just starting to just play more positively, more scoring shots, strike rate starting to climb. It's a positive sign. They've weathered the storm, these two.
They've left that mid-off up just to dangle the carrot to say, okay, there's an opportunity to go up and over if you want.
That is a cracking shot, and even better fielding. That is fantastic work. It really is. That was hit so hard. And Taya has been in the fielding this series. That was a solid for the bowler. Pulls this time into the gap and 4 runs. Mohamed Abbas says, Mache, I see your boundary and I raise you another.
Good intent, just a bit short here, McKeeb. Just I'm going to angle that across again. Quick feet as well, very, very quick to be able to get on top of that one. Saw it short early. More importantly, hit the gap as well.
Good effort from Imam Ul Haq on the boundary. That's the first boundary that Sufyan has conceded today. It might not be the last if Mohammed Abbas says anything to say about it. Back-to-back boundaries. Wow, the foot has gone straight down. 191 for 5.
नई स्ट्रॉन्गर पेप्सी बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग हो गई है भाई इतनी
New stronger Pepsi.
Partnership developed here for New Zealand. Mitchell, Mohammed Abbas doing a good job. That was a big over, that last one. You just feel that momentum has shifted back to New Zealand. Pakistan trying to wrestle it. Easiest way to do that, Mark Richardson's pick up a wicket, get one of the bowlers in, get into that New Zealand lower order.
Yeah, you're right. Well, the New Zealand bowlers actually are quite tidy with the bat. 12 overs to bat. You never want to leave your tail, no matter how good they are, to do too much work.
That's why this partnership's been so good. 60 from 70 now. Oh, there's an inside edge that's going to go in the gap. Just one. But again, Mohammed Abbas has been impressive. We saw on debut how powerful he was, the poise he showed, but today's been about batsmanship and adapting to the situation of the match.
Well, imagine the pressure on the young man when he's, what was it, 9 off 30 balls, and he hasn't done anything dumb. You haven't seen him lash out in desperation, and he's starting to, strike rate is 62.5 now.
Well, that's up. That's up. How high is that? That's going back, all the way. Wow, off the bat, I didn't think it was going to be 6, but Mitchell's strong. Strong enough to hit it for 6.
And it was a slower delivery. So, and no real pace from the ball. This had to be timing everything. An off spinner. That must have come right out of the middle of the bat. Just launched it. I thought his only chance there was that it was going to fall into open spaces and they might get 2. Cleared the boundary quite comfortably.
It's only a 64-metre boundary, but another good start to the over here for New Zealand. Oh, this one's pulled away. This will be all the way for 6 more. Oh, that's authoritative. That's impressive from Hay. Touch short from Harris Ralph. And this is another big over. New Zealand putting the foot down.
Yeah, well, the first one was more of a full swing with a lob wedge, wasn't it, Mac? This one's a bit of a punch with a 9-iron. This is very commanding.
Yeah, that's a beauty. That is a beauty.
Worth thinking about.
Yep, stay away from that length. This over's gone for 14 already. New Zealand up above 200 now. There, that's a delivery. There's still something in the surface. When you hit the right length, there is still something that's testing the batters here.
Good seam presentation, right on the right length. Tell you what, they're a long way behind in their overs again, aren't they?
It's like an action replay of game 1, Rick.
So, in which case, the penalties don't matter. Because if the penalties stung, they would have actually maybe tried to get through a bit quicker.
Yep. Well, they got fined for game 1 for being 2 overs behind. So, was it 10% or 20% of their match fee? End of the 39th, 206 for 5.
नई स्ट्रॉन्गर पेप्सी बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग हो गई है भाई इतनी
New stronger Pepsi.
Further behind than that, and same today. Still 11 overs to go. What if they got about 40 minutes to bowl those overs?
I think they've got to look at the penalties again for slow over rates, because they change them to, you get a fine. Okay, players don't seem to care. So you lose a fielder, you bring a fielder in, they don't seem to care.
What about adding runs? So if you're 3 overs behind, and at the end of the innings your run rate, say, was 5 and over, you got 250, you get another 15 runs. 5 runs per over that you were behind, so you add another 15 runs to the total. Well, that's something like that. So there's actually an effect that could cost you the game because of those 15 runs. That's something like that. Use of the feet. Can he find the gap? Good piece of fielding. Excellent. Really good. Keeps it to 1. That's excellent. Something like that where you're right, fines don't work, losing players doesn't work, but when you add runs onto a total, that's a big difference that could cost you the winning or losing of the match.
No. Well, most players, they have some sort of contract, don't they? And match fees are just supplementary to that. Not privy to financial workings, but finding them 10%, 20%. But at the moment, the fielding thing is like, well, they're whacking out anyway. They're clearing guys. It probably doesn't make much difference. Because at that stage, the batters don't really care what the fielders are. They're just looking for clean striking.
Yeah, which is why I would put a run penalty on things. I think that would make a big difference, as opposed to having an extra fielder up inside the circle that...
And the captain can't play the next game.
I've tried that. Oh, bang! Oh, he's even got it now. He's picked out the fielder. He's picked out the fielder, got it well. Probably the biggest side on the ground. Pakistan have picked up a key wicket at a key time. And it's the talented youngster, Mohammad Abbas.
Yeah, really good wicket. Just didn't get this. It's strange. It fell a long way in. I thought he hit it well enough. Came down the wicket. Just didn't time it. And a simple catch at the end. And that is a really important wicket, because they know how dangerous and devastating this lad can be when he starts hitting.
नई स्ट्रॉन्गर पेप्सी बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग हो गई है भाई इतनी
New stronger Pepsi.
Handy with the bat, Nathan Smith comes in at number 8. He's got a job to do here. Still just over 10 overs for New Zealand to bat. Just lost Mohammad Abbas. Sufyan's doing a good job. He's got 2 for 30, the left arm wrist spinner.
Too early to have a hit out.
Too early. Yep. Nicely played, off the mark. Successful over for Pakistan. 40 overs done, 10 to go, 210 for 6.
नई स्ट्रॉन्गर पेप्सी बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग हो गई है भाई इतनी
New stronger Pepsi.
He took on the fielder and lost out. We've seen throughout the series the power the players have. They generally back themselves to get it over the fielder, but it didn't happen that time. What it means is there's 10 overs left in this New Zealand innings, and the bowlers are going to have to do a job here with Mitch Hay.
Well, it's genuine bowlers to come, isn't it? Duffy says no Rourke. With all due respect to Duffy, he's not an all-rounder. Keith Javed back into the attack.
into his 9th over, 1 for 40. Was a little bit wayward early on, but he's come back well the later spells. 10 overs batting, generally you go at 7 or 8 over those last 10 overs. New Zealand had wickets in hand. They could still get 300. But now you're sort of trying to work out what could they get. If they lose another one, then they're going to be in a little bit of trouble. I want something above 260, I believe. Nathan Smith's more than handy with the bat.
Both these players in here are good hitters. Good hitters of a cricket ball. But over 10 overs, trying to go at, let's say, 8, you're going to spend a penny or two, aren't you? You're going to lose one of them. Just when you have a look at the risk profile. Now these two, and you can see the way that Smith just let that one go, that he knows, I'm going to go sort of 5 overs here. Sensible batting. I want to be sensible. I want to come in with 3 overs to go.
Oh, that's into the stomach. Yeah, just hurt a little bit. The other thing, look, that seam back in, Rick, that's still a reasonable amount of seam movement. New Zealand bowlers will enjoy the surface, I think. So whatever New Zealand put on the board, they are going to challenge the Pakistan batters. I think as long as they get anything above 250, they're in this game. And they'll feel confident that they can defend that. They'll be wide down the leg side. Well, the left arm wrist spinner Sufian's done a good job for me today, Rig. 2 for 31. He came on and brought some momentum back to Pakistan. He's hard to pick. Look at his variations. The leg spinner, the first one, and then the wrong in. Look how much the wrong in turned. Not easy to pick when you're looking down the surface, especially when you can't see the hand or the wrist. Near impossible.
Probably need a better helmet than that too. The visibility was awful.
Yeah. Where did he bowl it from? But he's done a good job because it's been very one-dimensional in terms of the Pakistan attack with the 4 fast bowlers.
It was his length though. His length was just impeccable.
Key is having that good wrong, and that creates confusion for especially a right-hander. It really does create that confusion. Offers wicket-taking options as well. You saw it go. Daryl Mitchell gets stumped with that wrong and going past the outside edge. He's done a good job for Pakistan today. Run the first one hard. And they're going to keep it to 1.
Not the greatest throws, was it? Well, I don't think Rizwan appreciated that so much. Had to get it in the air though. He did really well there actually. And it wasn't the worst. The game's changed. You throw a throw like that, and Wiki would sort of carry on like a pork chop and get the throws up so I don't have to bend down and I can look really good and tidy. But just get it in the air.
Oh, there's an no inside edge. Back through between bat and pad. End of the over. 41 gone. 213 for 6.
नई स्ट्रॉन्गर पेप्सी बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग हो गई है भाई इतनी
New stronger Pepsi.
Is for the outfielder to get the ball from ground to air as fast as they can, and then the keeper cleans it up, tidies it up.
Correct. Speed to the ball, quick release, get the ball in the air, create confusion. 9 overs left. There's going to be a little bit of 9 overs left here for Pakistan to get through. There's going to be a little bit of work for Mohammad Rizwan to work his bowlers around. Everyone's got a mixture of overs left. Sufian is going to finish things off. This is his 10th over.
Gosh, he's brought in a specialist 5th bowler, and it's really paid dividends in this game.
He's done an excellent job. Previous game, remember that fifth bowler went for 118 of his 10 overs. That was Salman Inafan.
Oh, it's frustrating. You got one fielder there in front in the circle. There's an easy single either side, and you just pick them out.
Good piece of fielding too. Pakistan throwing themselves around the field today. 3 dots to start the over, his final over. And that's flicked fine. Protection back there. It's going to be the last 4 or 5 overs that are going to be the most important, Rick. That's when New Zealand will look to up the ante.
2 to go from left arm wrist, but he's just playing out, don't you?
No, it's not the way the modern player thinks, Rick. That's how you probably thought during your days. If it's there to hit, you hit it.
Oh, yeah, no, if he bowls a rubbish ball, he's got one to go. If he bowls a good ball, you just play it out and move on.
Yeah, maybe with respect, you take your single, whatever, move on to the next bowler, because he's done a good job. Nicely played by Nathan Smith, just like that. Just 2 singles from the over. Excellent 10-over spell from Sufan. 2 for 33. He's done a good job. 215 for 6.
नई स्ट्रॉन्गर पेप्सी बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग हो गई है भाई इतनी
New stronger Pepsi.
Down to third. Goes quickly to that region of the field.
Looking at the pitch conditions, man, New Zealand have a whole swag of seamers. No, it's not under lights, but it sort of is to a certain extent. It's not a night game, but it is under lights.
And it's pulled away. Protection back there on the leg side.
Pakistan side, who have had issues with the ball moving around. What score would New Zealand be in front with?
This pitch hasn't flattened out at all, I don't think, Rick. And I think you look at O'Rourke, Sears, Duffy and Smith, what they offer you is pace. And that can be dangerous because that ball can fly. So they're going to have to find a line in length. But the Pakistan batting in conditions that have helped the bowlers hasn't been that flash. Has it throughout the T20 series. There's a misfield. Won't come back. Oh, there's a wild throw too. Oh, that was messy. Who's that? Is that Mohammad Wasim down there? So I think 250 plus, Rick. I think in these conditions, 250 plus is probably just above par.
Well, the bloke backing up got sold a dummy too.
Aman al-Haq nearly wore it in the head from a rogue bounce, one of those other surfaces on the block. So I reckon that the batters in the middle were saying, right, 250 is our minimum. How do we get to that? Anything on top of that, we base as cream. That's a bonus, and we can perhaps do that in the last 2 overs, but we have to get 250, and then we back our bowlers to be able to pick up early wickets and put Pakistan on the back foot.
Yeah, 260. I think run a ball, get New Zealand up to about 260, which is very doable with 4 in hand over the last 8.
Up and over, just short of mid-off. Not the contact that Mitch Hay was looking for, but he got away with it. He's going to be the key, Rick. Mitch Hay has to be the one that has to bat through. And he's got to get some help, but he's got to be selective about who he goes after and what shots he's going to play to get that total of 250, 260.
He's a key too. And chasing 260, Baba Azam. That middle order, so crucial for Pakistan.
Nice soft hands from Smith. Excellent. Good running.
Well, you got Baba Azam coming in, 43 gone now, by the way, 220 for 6.
नई स्ट्रॉन्गर पेप्सी बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग हो गई है भाई इतनी
New stronger Pepsi.
It's a situation for Pakistan, and head down, get through that initial shiny hard ball.
Yep. And they brought Aman al-Haq back in at the top of the order, the left-hander, who's got quite a bit of experience. So that's perhaps a good selection. It's the top 5 for Pakistan, isn't it? They're going to have to do the work. Fahim Ashraf comes in as the all-rounder at number 7. But it's really that top 5 that are going to have to do a lot of the donkey work for Pakistan in the chase. But the great thing about set and part rig is that when you're chasing, because of the dimensions and the way the ball flies, here's Fahim Ashraf back into the attack. Because of the way the ball flies, you're never out of a match. There's times when you're chasing, you think, gee, we're 2 or 3 overs behind here. But it is a ground where you can have a big over and you can score quickly, so you're never out of the game. But you need that platform at the top, like you say. You need to set things up at the top. If you do that, then you're a good chance. Pakistan haven't beaten New Zealand in New Zealand for some time in ODI cricket. New Zealand have won 11 in a row. So Pakistan have almost lost the ability to win in these conditions, New Zealand conditions, in 50 over cricket. So that's something they're going to have to get over as well. The likes of Mohammad Rizwan and Babar Azam have played in probably all 11 of those matches on various tours to New Zealand. So it's going to rely on one of those two, I reckon, that are going to have to produce a special innings.
Be interesting to see how a lot of those games are played out. I'd suggest that, yeah, okay, you're at the top, you worry about it. But I'd suggest that the tail, the early tail probably has fallen away as well. And those sort of lower middle players maybe haven't got Pakistan across the line. Because there's one thing, the batter's not been overly equipped for the bounce in New Zealand, maybe the sideways movement. Then those who aren't actually in the team to bat, it's doubly bad for them.
Even harder. Slow ball. Quick between the wickets. They might get an overthrow. No. Great work from Mohammad Rizwan. He saw where the throw was going and he put his skates on. That's excellent from the skipper. 27 extras, which has been another issue for Pakistan today.
Hey, do you reckon that the builders at your house at the moment have got the telly on? Because if they have, they might be able to hear us, and I want to make them aware that you've got the security camera on and you are monitoring every single move that's going on at your house right now. So if you are one of the workers working at the Macmillan household, come outside and give us a wave.
They're behind as they are, so that I do not want them coming off work, off the job and waving. Thank you.
I am never, ever going to work for you. Know what you're like now.
Just keeping an eye on things, Rick. The timeline has been on the slow side, shall we say. Trust me, I would never have you building for me. You'd be the last person on site. Even with your building experience on the block. That's a good over. Just 2 from it. 2 for 6.
नई स्ट्रॉन्गर पेप्सी बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग हो गई है भाई इतनी
New, stronger Pepsi.
Key time, 6 overs left here for New Zealand. Trying to push something above 250, around that 260 mark if they can. It's been hard work, especially through those middle overs. Mitch Hayes doing a good job, 41 from 58. Mohammad Wazim's been excellent with the ball, 2 for 29 from his 7 overs, about to start his 8th. Up and over, and that will run away for 4. Little bit of width, and he hit it with power. That's good from Hay.
Yeah, this stage might be the wrong length on that line. You get that away over backward point, there's always a gap out there. You'll have a third man, you'll have a deep in front of point most likely, and that is a 4 scoring area.
Too wide, it's a free hit. Throw the hands at it. Let it slice away for 4 over point. Straighter that time. Looking for 2. Should get 2. Placement's excellent. Good running between Smith and Hay. That's good. 6 from the first 2 balls. Good start to the over.
Really good contribution by Hay now. He's been looking to... I mean, you know that he's a good batter. He can bat. He hasn't really taken the opportunities with the bat for New Zealand just yet. And there he is in a difficult situation, doing a great job. So it's an important innings for him.
Oh, bang! Up and away. What a way to bring up your first ODI 50. Done in some style. That ball was out of here. Across the road. Number 1 for Mitch Hayes. Done it in style. He's had to graft at times, but it's an excellent knock. Raise your bat, young man. That's the first of many.
Boy, it just looked good. The elevation launched it. Absolutely launched it. Wasn't out the ground. It was first bounce out the ground. It's down the road, though.
Yeah, you're not finding it. It's out the ground. Doesn't matter whether it's on the bounce or on the full.
No, it's got to be on the full to call it out the ground, don't you?
No. Where is the ball right now? Is it in the ground or out the ground?
Well, it's out the ground.
Thank you. Okay, thank you.
But it first bounced in the ground.
Where it ends up, Rick, it is out of the ground. Chris Brown was coming out with an extra ball, but I think it's been found. Some of the kids, be careful going across that road. Cars coming down, but looks like it's back in play. It's probably got a few dents in it. I think Harris Ralph's just gone off the field. The phone Khan has come on for him to field. Yeah, it's been a good start to this over too. New Zealand putting the foot down here. It's nicely played. That's smart cricket from Mitch Hay.
It's 13 runs from 4 balls, and it's amazing.
भाई हमारे बच्चों की स्किन को यूरोपियन डायपर्स क्या जाने इससे नाना स्मार्टी पहनाओ
इसके वेटनेस इंडिकेटर से हम पर डायपर चेंज और इसकी वेटनेस इंडिकेटर से एक्स्ट्रा कंफर्ट डायपर चेंज नाना स्मार्टी बेबी डायपर से मिले हर दिन एक्स्ट्रा कंफर्ट नाना स्मार्टी बेबी डायपर हर दिन हेल्दी स्किन.
Nathan Smith has done his job. He's 7 from 14, but he's done his job. Keep ticking the scoreboard over here. It's nicely played. Again, no dot balls. Keep rotating. Just a little bit of sing back in. There's going to be something on the surface all day long just because of the cloud. Cloud overhead, the lights are on. It's just got that feel rig, so I think if New Zealand can get 260 plus, they'll think, yep, that's pretty good in the conditions. We're comfortable with that. Good over for New Zealand, 14 from it, 236 for 6.
नई स्ट्रॉन्गर पेप्सी बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग हो गई है भाई इतनी
New stronger Pepsi.
Five overs to go here in Hamilton. Current partnership sitting 27 off the 31 deliveries. New Zealand with a chance here to push up to a really good total. And on cue, that'll put a little dent in that one.
Welcome to the commentary, Frankie Mackay. Wow. Straight away, Nathan Smith looking to get on with it. Maybe just slightly held on the wicket from Fahim. All the bowlers have now got on the board with the wicket. Wider, slower, held, come back in. Nathan Smith threw the shot way too early. One of the easiest takes for Simon Alagi. Smith out for 8, 236 for 7 New Zealand.
Might well be nosebleed territory here for Ben Sears, coming in at number 9 for New Zealand. Yet to score a run in his one-day international career. And he's tasked with forming a partnership here with Mitch Hay. Maybe the little promotion to try and pick up some boundaries might well be party time for Ben Sears. Straight past the outside edge.
Showing a bit of respect, I think, for him, Frankie. They've got long on still out, which is interesting. This is a look back at the wicket. Just into the wicket. Nathan Smith looking to get through it. Just the fact that it is held slightly and come back in. There's been something in this wicket throughout the whole innings for New Zealand. Pakistan bowlers have exploited them so much better, probably from that 15-20 over mark onwards.
And he's off the mark, Ben Sears. First run for him, one-day international cricket.
I guess the key part here for New Zealand is how many balls that Mitch Hay can face up in the last 24 balls. 27, really. If he can face a number of deliveries, when you're in this position, you're in 50, you can hit boundaries with lower risk options. And so the job for Ben Sears here is just to watch the number of balls, just try and stay in as long as he can and say, Mitch, hey, you face the majority of these for New Zealand to get probably the 260 score that they would have been looking for.
Yeah, perfect world. He's probably facing 20 plus of the remaining deliveries in this innings. But it does add a slightly different complexion to things. He's had first Mohammad Abbas, then Nathan Smith, both very capable batters alongside him. So been very even partnerships. Able to have the ebbs and flows that the game brings about, whereas now the responsibility really is on Mitch Hay. He'll be having discussions with Ben Sears around how he can best work with him, stick in there for him. But a lot of the run scoring, a lot of the deliveries that need to be faced, it now falls to Mitch Hay.
So just look through the number of games these players have played. Mitch Hay into his 6th game. Because he's played so much T20 cricket, you feel like he's been around probably longer than he has. Again, a little bit out of the wicket here, enough just to seam away from the bat. This is probably an innings that I think will give him so much confidence in the black shirt. He's a long-term prospect for New Zealand behind the stumps, and I've got no doubt as a wicketkeeper, when you bat well in the first innings, it really flows into your wicket-keeping and your movements.
Great over from Fahim. Just the 2 runs and the wickets, 238 for 7.
नई स्ट्रॉन्गर पेप्सी बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग हो गई है भाई इतनी
New stronger Pepsi.
260 for New Zealand plus would have been a score they would have been looking at. I think Pakistan, after the start, New Zealand 54 lost their first wicket in the 7th over. I think Pakistan at that point would have said, okay, if New Zealand 260 or less, and it's a great score for them, but New Zealand 260 plus, they would have said, okay, that gives us a chance with our bowling side. Whether they can get 20-odd runs in these last couple of overs, 30-odd runs in these last couple of overs, wait and see. There's still plenty of experience in terms of Ralph and Wazim to bowl in the death. 260, they would have said it gives their bowlers something to bowl at.
Yeah, it is that interesting one where the game still feels very delicately poised. And I completely agree with what you're saying. I think when you first turn up here to Seddon Park, you probably as a batter have thoughts that you're hoping it's going to be a belter. It's going to be one of those days where you turn up and you see a great wicket in front of you and 300s on the board. And I think when players would have had first look at it, there would have been some very happy bowlers and some slightly hesitant batters. But then, as you're saying, like New Zealand get off to a start of put 54 on the board before they lose their first wicket in the 7th over. Oh, that's sprayed. Harris Ralph down the leg side. And from that stage, you probably are thinking, well, 300 is on. It is the day. You score a lot of runs. But then the game just continued to change. Bowlers definitely had the way of it through the middle of the innings. And there was probably a point, New Zealand were 5 for 132 in the 27th, that Pakistan were probably thinking, well, we can bowl them out for 230, maybe under 230 at that stage. A big partnership pushed them out already into the 240s and getting to that stage where 260 is well on the cards.
Look back on that Napier game in terms of the balance of this Pakistan side, which has been talked about quite a lot. Fifth bowler went for 125, I think 120, the use of 2 bowlers, whereas McKean's gone for 2 for 33. So quite a massive difference straight away. That has been the big difference in terms of this bowling side. But you always wonder, the first game in an ODI series to not necessarily get the balance of the team right is very surprising for me. To then learn and understand that for the second game. I almost wonder if Pakistan looked at Napier and said, oh, historically it's quite short square, obviously. But they're probably dimension-wise isn't too dissimilar to this. Would have been, what, 58 maybe for the square boundaries. And so they would have seen that and said, oh, we best not get a spinner into our attack because that actually might be a better option. Let's use the pace bowlers and say, okay, we want to try and get hit down the ground. But it's not too dissimilar in terms of, I guess, the shortness of the square wickets here either.
Yeah. And maybe just that slight over-enthusiasm. You turn up to a surface and McLean Park is known for its pace and bounce. Had that nice green tinge to it. And perhaps Pakistan just got a little enthusiastic, thinking that, well, we've got great seamers and the seamers will run through and be able to cause some real havoc, and we can get away with having that fifth bowler as the part-timers making up that last set of 5. But I just feel the balance today looks much better. Well, that is wayward. That is wild from up. And the skipper's not too amused with that one. He's done fantastically well down the leg side, diving away.
4 wides already in this over, 20 wides in this game. I think it's something like 75 extras have been conceded in this series so far. So nearly 100 overs. Nearly bowled an extra in every single over at this rate. And that is a frustration from the captain. You're moving it from a 50-over game at the moment into a 53-over game. 32 extras already today, 12 leg bides, but the 20 wides, which that is the problem.
Yeah, well, it's extra runs, for one, but then it's also the extra delivery that comes with it. You can see what he's trying to do. That last delivery, that is perfectly executed. Hoping for the angled-in straight Yorker. Takes away a lot of scoring opportunities. He'd back himself as well against Ben Sears. With one of those straight angled-in, drifting-in Yorkers that he'll be able to sneak one through Sears. Does mean your margin for error is small. Goes to the short ball. Roughs up fellow fast bowler.
Talk about the extra runs off the extra deliveries. We don't really count that as a... Teams don't necessarily always measure that. You know what it's like, Frank, you go, oh, how many wides have we bowled in a game? Can we keep them under 10 wides and over in a game, especially in a one-day international? But it's not something necessarily teams measure as those extra runs. That's a good point. Especially with no balls as well, that's when you sort of associate it.
Oh, great piece of fielding. There's a shy at the stumps. It's brilliant in there, Mahmoud Haq. Disappointed in himself he didn't hit the stumps.
Oh, that must have been close. Just that one pick up, still on his knees to be able to get that power as well. Put some good energy into the team. He'll be important at the top, set the tone as well with the bat. Someone that's more the aggressor in that opening pair.
Straight down the ground, hammered from Mitchell, and he will pick up the boundary. It'll bring up the 250 for New Zealand. 3 overs to go. It's 250 for 7.
नई stronger Pepsi? बहुत strong हो गई है भाई. इतनी.
New stronger Pepsi.
So over 4 runs off the last ball. It's good timing actually, just to be able to hit that low full toss down the ground. Again, just looking for that Yorker that just angles in from Harris Ralph. New Zealand 250 has come up as well. 3 overs to go. No chance of that 270 score potentially yet. Now they're going to have Harris Ralph and Wazim to bowl these last 3 overs, so they know what they're going to get. Wazim will just change his fingers over the ball, roll his fingers over the ball. He's got a good Yorker as well. We've seen him have enough tail back into the stumps.
It's actually really good, clear thinking from Mitch Hay. Last ball of the over, he gets the low full toss. Often in that situation, you'll have a player, the set batter, who's just thinking, get one. I've just got to farm the strike, get down the other end. And sometimes, because of that, you can miss out on a genuine scoring opportunity. That shows to me Mitch Hay he's dialed in, he's in the moment, reacting to what he sees. He got a loosener from Ralph and he's able to pick up the boundary. Or a little knock on that occasion. Can't quite get off strike here. Ben says he's 3 off 10. It might have maybe been the opportunity to sneak through off the misfield.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't look at this, just because of the fact that it's been a couple of dot balls to start the over. Still 3 wickets in hand as well. We know that Willow Rourke can hold an end up as well. And Jacob Duffy, he can bat, he can swing the willow as well.
Oh, excellent piece of bowling. Pace, bounce, past the outside edge.
These are discussions as well as a batting Mitch Hay at the other end. Okay, do I actually start to look to run on the ball going through to the keeper? 3 dot balls. This is what happens when you do have, or you can't get that in batter on strike, that you can build some dots on a player. Remember, he also gets 2 bounces and over as well, so that sometimes against the tail ender can be 2 dot balls.
There you go. That's that short ball on demand, Katie Martin. He manages to get it away, Ben says, get down the non-striker's end. And you wonder how long the trying to get a single plan will continue for Sears, or whether at some point Mitch Hay just says, well, you go boundary hunting too. And if you hole out in the deep, that's actually okay. The situation that's now got to the point where just the 14 balls remaining in the innings, that it's potentially both players can be going. 4 fielders out, leg side for Mitch Hay. And he goes powerfully straight down the ground. He has got all of that. Mitch Hay hit flat, hit hard, hit all the way for 6.
Well, you could hear the effort in the stump mic as well. It was a grunt as he hit through the ball here. That is great effort. And that is why it's important to try and get him on strike, to be able to pick up boundaries like that. This is a great innings from Mitch Hay. He's absorbed the pressure throughout the middle. He's built partnerships. It's been challenging, and now he's really being able to make the most of these last couple of overs.
Does he go boundary hunting again, or does he try and take one here? Goes boundary hunting, goes bang! Puts it up into the stands. Back-to-back 6s to finish the over off. 2 overs to go here. It's 263 for 7.
नई stronger Pepsi? बहुत strong हो गई है भाई. इतनी.
New stronger Pepsi.
The Kings just be able to get underneath it. Not a long boundary out there whatsoever. Security guard was saying, I'm having absolutely nothing of that. I think you're spot on here, Frankie. Ben Sears can go here. 2 overs to go, 3 wickets. And they're going to have to bring another fielder up in the circle. Pakistan behind, so they've had to bring a fielder up inside the circle. Means there's only 3 fielders outside now.
That's not really what you want at any stage, but if you're Harris Ruff, you've got figures 1 for 68 with 9 overs. You're going at 7.5 and over, and you've got to bring a fielder up.
Yeah.
Oh, well done, Ben Sears. Gets a little tickle on it. I think they'll just be happy with the single there. Done his job perfectly this time around. Now he says, over to you, Mitch Hay.
Harris Ruff's enthusiasm still goes to a bowler as well. Just saying, okay, mate, you wait till you have a turn out. Ben Sears says, I can bowl as quick as you.
Offside, all up now for Hay. Oh, and well bowled. Takes all the pace off that delivery. It's down at 118 kilometres an hour. Ball before 141.
He bowls that off-cutter so well because he really rips down the delivery. Sort of not just rolls his fingers, but he actually rips down, so it means that it sits in the wicket. Because of his action, sometimes it can be quite hard to be able to pick up.
Gets a big, thick outside edge, and that'll run away. Couple of bounces for 4. Everything going New Zealand's way at the moment.
Harris Ralph has put his hands in his head. He's on his haunches as well, saying, oh, I'm bowling some decent deliveries. It was a kitchen sink from Mitch Hay. When you're on 70 odd, it doesn't really matter, does it? But poor old Harris Ralph is saying, what can I do here? Last ball went straight past him. This time he's got a thick edge and gone for 4. And his figures have gone up for 1 for 73.
It's excellent bowling. There's the opportunity to push hard, come back for the second note. Fielded keeps it to 1. Well, this is what they've been searching for. Pakistani death bowlers, the ability to get that block hole ball in the Yorker full straight. Means Mitch Hay can't get underneath it, can't manufacture anything. But that margin for error is so small. We've already seen a couple of low full tosses. They have been dispatched. And does he go slower ball again, Ben Sears, or is this just try and knock the stumps out of the ground?
Yeah.
And it is paced off once again.
All we'll be thinking here is, can I just get a 1? Harris Ruff, can I try and get Ben Sears on strike? I can sneak a couple of dots early in the last over.
One ball left. Harris Ralph spell today. Offside still all up. And they try and pinch one. And he's bang on the money. Mohammad Rizwan. The idea was right from Ben Sears, trying to keep Mitch Hay on strike. Unfortunately, the direct hit means it'll be the end of the day for Ben Sears. But he's done the right thing for his team there.
Yeah, perfect. It was all about could Mitch Hay get on strike for the last over. Great awareness from both of these players. Yeah, well out. He's probably walking off saying, oh, I know why you guys say to slide the bat on the actual grass wicket after seeing it dig in there. Ben says out for 6, 270 for 8 New Zealand.
नई स्ट्रॉन्गर पेप्सी बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग हो गई है भाई इतनी
New stronger Pepsi.
It'll be Jacob Duffy, in at number 10 for New Zealand. Just one over left here. Best of 4 not out. He will, however, be at the non-striker's end and probably hoping doesn't have to do too much. Great piece of fielding. Great accuracy from Mohammad Rizwan. Yes, he's got 3 stumps to aim at with the gloves on, but how important will that extra run be in the context of this game? Swung away leg side, pushing hard for 2. He's comfortably back, Mitch Hay. He is rapid between the sticks.
Yeah, Rizwan's frustrated there. He's saying, I don't want Mitch Hay to be on strike yet. Wasn't able to get round quick enough. Quite fine, actually, in that fine leg position. Now he's stayed a little bit squarer. It is hard work being that far back to be able to actually underarm it and get the power, but also the accuracy. Quite a lot of wicketkeepers actually take that right glove off to be able to try and throw down the stumps. So great work from Rizwan.
That's great bowling. Got the Yorker in the first 2 balls of this over. Very obvious what the plan is at the moment.
Yeah, we've got that square leg up, so he can't get too middle and leg stump line. What presents opportunities to be able to hit over that square leg fielder. So he's just looking just outside off stump. Off stump is the straightest line, but the length is crucial. He's got to get it full here as well, so he can't get elevation over square leg.
Face off. He goes after it. Has he got enough on it? Of course he has. Mitch Hay puts it up on the bank.
Slower delivery, rolled his fingers over the ball. Nice and still in terms of his shot. Just see the leverage he's been able to get through the ball and the uncoiled back. Unable to be taken from either person in the boundary. I'm not sure if that was the most comfortable. 86 is Mitch Hay's highest list day score. Be on for 100 here potentially.
Oh, well, keep striking them like that. And he has every chance. Once again, Mitch Hay goes back to back. Crowds in the action. Mitch Hay's into the 90s and there's 2 balls to go.
Oh, that is such a good shot. Unable to get the length underneath the bat. That's a free hit with a guy that's now moved to 91 with 2 balls to go to have an opportunity to score your maiden 100. He had no chance going for that ball. Got to get this full and underneath the bat.
Oh, through. Gets through. Is there a little touch on that as it's gone by? I think he might be asking. I love that from Michael Goff.
If you were Mitch Hay, what are you saying? I've hit it, I've had it. You run down and said, I've got a bat on. Oh, massive edge.
Oh, you don't mess with the cricket gods. Honesty above all else. The cricket gods will sort you out otherwise. That's the big, thick edge. It's kept him in the action. There's been 18 runs come off this over. A ball to come. Mitch Hay sitting on 95. Oh, and he hits it flat and hard down the ground. Does he beat the fielder in the deep? It won't be 100 for Mitch Hay, but we might need to have a quick check of that and see if that's gone for 4 as well.
What an innings from Mitch Hay. Oh, that's 4. He's going to finish on 99, not out. Just the foot on the advertising. Just there. Oh, I don't think we're going to get too much clearer than what we've got there. It looks like his hand and that foot is still on the rope. What a knock, Frank, after New Zealand being in a real precarious position. The partnership between Mitch Hay and Mohamed Abbas, while it wasn't in terms of the intent early on, they were able to absorb pressure and take it deep. And in the end, New Zealand have scored, I think, over 90 runs over the last 10 overs. I think they will signal this 4 yet. Knock off signals at 4. Mitch Hay will finish on 99, not out, his highest list day score. But it just showed the maturity of that partnership through the middle from Abbas and Mitch Hay, and it gave him a chance to be able to go hard at the end, Mitch Hay. Well, Kelly Mariu got off to a fantastic start. They were 54 the first wicket, and then there was a fall of wickets, clumps of wickets for the New Zealand players, but the partnership between Abbas and Mitch Hay to be able to push a score up, 292 for New Zealand, after not looking like they were going to get too much over 260. What a fantastic finish to the innings.
Well, at 132 for 5, and still just over 23 overs to bat. It looked precariously placed for New Zealand, but a couple of the youngsters came together, big partnership, and then Mitch Hay at the end able to just put the icing on the cake. Wickets were shared around. The 5 bowlers used for Pakistan. Fahim, 1 for 46. Keith, the left armour, took a little bit of tap early, but came back really well through the middle of the innings, 1 for 48. Harris Ralph, not a day out that he would remember, 1 for 75 for him. And Mohamed Wasim Jr. took some real pap at the back end from the blade of Mitch Hay, 2 for 78. And the absolute standout, the left arm wrist spinner, Sufyan Mukim, 2 for 33 in his 10 overs. As New Zealand pushed on to 292 for 8, and a big reason for that was Mitch Hay. He ended up 99 not out, and he is downstairs with Scotty Stevenson.
Thanks very much, Frank. Mitch, congratulations. That was a knock that was necessary for your team first and foremost, but gee, it looked tough there for a while when you and Mo were going at it together. Just how hard was it?
Yeah, it was pretty tough out there to start. I'd hate to see my strike rate those first sort of 20 balls, but to be honest, Mo was awesome out there, really clear. We had a nice plan, and we thought if we did work hard through that period, we could put a bit of pressure on at the end, which he started against the spin, which was impressive, and then it was nice just to sort of flow on into the death of the innings.
Yeah, I think it was about 50 balls between boundaries for a while there, so it was a long time between finding the rope, but then you started, Mo jumped in on the fun, and it felt like there was a definite acceleration between both of you there.
Yeah, I think our communication throughout was really good. Mo was just like really clear about, you know, the overs we wanted to target and the matchups and stuff. So spin was a good matchup for him, probably not so much for me. And then we sort of worked together, so it was really cool.
I know triple figures is always the aim, but 99 not out and a really much needed innings for New Zealand. Someone had to go on with it, and today that was you. So, look, while it might not be that personal statistic, it certainly helped your side to a very competitive total. So, do you feel good about the way you were able to accelerate and finish off that innings?
Yeah, definitely. I think the score we've got on the board now is nice and something for our bowlers to bowl at, and I'm excited to see how they go out there because I think, there'll be a bit in it for them.
The six hitting was pretty good today too, mate. Only Luke Ronke's hit more sixes in a one-day innings than you as a wicket-keeper, so it was good when you found your range, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was nice to get a couple out of the middle. Set and park boundaries are generous for batsmen, so it's always nice too. But yeah, no, it was good to get a few out of the middle.
I thought that one over mid-wicket was going to kill a kid, actually, but he's managed to survive trying to catch that one, Mitch. It was a fantastic innings, one of real grit and determination from you, and may I say, real skill. So a pleasure to watch. Good luck with the defence.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Yeah, it was a fabulous innings from Mitchell, ending up 99 not out off the 78 deliveries, 7 fours, 7 sixes in that innings, and it has pushed New Zealand up to 292 for 8, which means Pakistan in the chase, they'll need 293 for victory. We will take a quick break and we'll be back with a little bit of analysis and then the run chase coming up.
नई स्ट्रॉन्गर पेप्सी बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग हो गई है भाई इतनी
New stronger Pepsi.
नई स्ट्रॉन्गर पेप्सी बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग हो गई है भाई इतनी
New stronger Pepsi.
नई स्ट्रॉन्गर पेप्सी बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग हो गई है भाई इतनी
New stronger Pepsi.
नई स्ट्रॉन्गर पेप्सी बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग हो गई है भाई इतनी
New stronger Pepsi.
292 on the board. Look at that acceleration, that final 10 overs, 82 runs, 72 runs off the first 10 overs. And it was hard yakka through the middle 30. Mark Richardson joins us for a mid-innings chat, and that was some real graft from the New Zealand batters. They had to dig in today.
Yeah, it was, but it was really good graft and it was sensible stuff. I was really impressed actually with even young Mohammad Abbas, who was under all sorts of pressure there, never gave it away, did a good job. They had to occupy to a certain extent and set up, because you've got a few wickets in hand. If you've got people in here at this ground, you can score heavily, but they're always slightly behind that curve.
Yeah.
And I think Pakistan will be disappointed that New Zealand ended up getting to 290. That's probably 20 too many as there is concerned. But the way New Zealand went about it, and that hard graft through the middle, was what allowed the hitting towards the end.
Digging in was Hay today, and Mitch Hay with Mohammad Abbas to start with, but then he really got on with things towards the end of that innings, and he was well supported by the tail enders as well. But his clean striking of the ball, 7 sixes in the innings, that is the second most by a New Zealand wicketkeeper in a one-day international, and it's right up in the pantheon of six hitting here in one-day internationals at Seddon Park. It was clean stuff.
Well, he was dying for an opportunity to contribute too. He's played a couple of games. He's had a few opportunities with the bat, hasn't taken them. Well, he took this one with both hands. But that's what you can do if you take your time to get in. He is a good hitter. But he needed to go through that difficult period, which he did. He applied himself and he prospered later on. Really, really impressive innings.
Yeah. Well, he said his strike rate, he wouldn't want to know about that over the first 20 balls, but it doesn't matter in the end. 99 not out for Mitch Hay. A real shame he couldn't get to triple figures today, but look, he'll be more happy with the fact that he's got his team to a total that is infinitely defendable here at Seddon Park, and I think the New Zealand bowlers will appreciate the conditions as well, just as they did in Napier 3 days ago. Let's go back to McLean Park for highlights of Game 1.
On the drive, through cover. Timing is good too. That's a lovely way for Kelly to get his international career underway with the boundary 4. Edged. Taken, gone. What a catch that is. Nassim Shah picks up the first.
That one, again, the area of uncertainty. To play, to leave. Can't get the blade out of the way in time. Will Young gone for just the one today. New Zealand 8 for 1.
Nick Kelly decides to take it on, and that might just be the way they've got to go. Some good footwork on the boundary initially from Muhammad Ali. Bottom! There it is! Fresh back, Hakeem.
Well, he was impressive in his first spell. He bowled with pace, bounce. This one just goes with the arm, and Nick Kelly on debut goes for 15.
Good width. And it takes full toll here. That should run away to the boundary at will.
Eugene, good catch. No, down. I thought he had that. Goes after it again, gets away with it again. 1 bounce for 4. Oh, no. No. Why didn't he shelve it? He'd had 3 goes at playing that hook shot.
This one for Henry Nicholls, it's the Q-ender right off the toe of the bat. And he's gone for just the 11 on his return to the New Zealand side. New Zealand 50 for 3.
Uses the feet again. Square drive 4. Full wide 4. Oh, wow. Gee, that's a good shot. Just stepped into it, Chapman, and then punched it down to long on for 4.
Oh, yeah, good shot. That was hit with some good authority. Got onto that quickly. A long way in front of square as well. Down the ground. That's the first real genuine shot down there. Something for the crowd to applaud. There he goes, Mitchell. He loves an opportunity to hit over the top. There was 2 players out there, but the placement was good. In the end, it didn't need to be placed. It was hit that well. Short, and it got the full treatment.
Here lies the opportunity for New Zealand.
And again, dropped it short again, and again it got the same treatment. This one went even further, I think. Yeah, it's up into the stands. Get a chance to have a freebie, and he does not miss out. Boy, this is a big over now. Pulling again, and this is a good pull shot.
Well, he does, and that's the result. You can't bowl there to that man. That is 6, and that is as straight as you like. What a connection that is. Oh, that is whipped off the pads. That's a fine shot. Chapman is starting to go here. He's into the 90s. Mitchell this time wants to get in on the fun, and he's found the gap. That's 4 more. Chapman down the ground, gets enough of that, brings up 100. fist pump and a cuddle with Mitchell. That is a fantastic innings. Real grit, real determination, and some power hitting to boot. Oh, gave himself room, Mitchell. Gets one, comes back for two, and that's going to be 50 for Daryl Mitchell. Some icing on the cake, and jeepers, I thought there was going to be trouble with the hoardings there for Taib Tahir. Well, Mitchell gets it over the top.
Oh, bang. He's a heavy hitter. Has he got enough? He has. Of course he has. Biggest part of the ground here at McLean Park, but not big enough for Daryl Mitchell. New Zealand have targeted him. There is six more. Back to back, touch short. And the day is going from bad to worse for the off spinner. Well, now the face, he's teed off. Big appeal. No. Good stuff from Pakistan. They get one right. Irfan Khan's picked up his first ODI wicket. Terrific innings from Daryl Mitchell comes to an end. Oh, bang down the ground. Has he got enough? He has. He's got power. Oh, he's putting on a display here in Napier. And that's his fifth six. This is impressive stuff from the left-hander. Oh, up into the stand, up into the Harris stand, long way back. Missed the cops and it's gone under the stairwell. Oh, this time he's gone up and over. Come on, one bounce four. Doesn't matter where he bowls at Solomon here, he's going the distance. Well, that's going to be four more. Just whipped off his hip. Oh, that's it flat and hard. What a catch. Oh, that's a super catch. Really was. Terrific knock, and there'll be plenty of applause as he walks off McLean Park. Oh, bang! Bracewell's underway. What a way to get off the mark. Just a touch short, put up into the stand. That's good from the New Zealand skipper. Oh, straight up. Who wants it? Straight up. Coming underneath it. Puts it down. Pace off straight up. Should be out. Keeper underneath it. Rizwan takes the catch. Good from Harris Roll.
Slow ball, so nice piece of bowling, enough movement. They just flicked at it. Just sort of flicked at it. It's just trying to help it. Just 9 for Bracewell. 299 for 6.
Edged and gone. Good catch. Good piece of bowling.
Throw it up there. He's reaching for it. Just one of those ones. You've got to play it for Pakistan, which goes for it up. 299 for 7.
Oh, swung away by Abbas. Does he pick the gap? He has. He'll get 4. Oh, that sounded good. No, it's not. He's out.
It was right in the slot. Right where you want it. It just hasn't. He hasn't got it anywhere near the middle. He's got it high on the bat. Nathan Smith gone for 2, 306 for 8.
Oh, that's a shot. That is a shot. Has that gone all the way for 6? Wow, up into the stand. That is class from the youngster on debut. Up and over cover. That's well bowled. Picks the gap, will get 4. Pace off, swung away, that'll be 6 more. Oh, this is a big over. And the youngster is exactly showing why he has been picked. He's got power, he's got a bit of poise about him too. Pace off, it's flowing out of here, it's gone. It's miles back. Oh, this is so impressive from the youngster. What a debut this is. He picked the slow ball and he sent it into orbit. Oh, that's well bowled. There should be 2. Down and up, there will be 2. It's 50 on debut for the 21-year-old. He has announced himself to the world stage. It's been some knock. Raise your back, young fella. Appreciated by his teammates and the crowd here in Napier.
Well, it's not just 50. It's exactly what New Zealand needed. Look at the strike rate.
Can he put the icing on the cake? No, he can't. He holds out. Oh, what a knock. It finishes on the final ball. Bubba Azam takes the catch.
Oh, Duffy, plenty of movement, and that flies past the slip cordon for 4. Oh, comes forward, and this will go over the top of the circle. In fact, a lot longer than that. Oh, it's top edge, and that'll fly away. 1 bounce 4.
But I tell you what, Abdullah can play.
Oh, has a big old go at that. That is a lovely shot. Shot of the day. On the charge. And he has got all of that. 6 runs, Usman.
Swung away each side. A couple of bounces and away for 4. Oh, here's another one. Up and over the offside, and that's gone all the way. That's not half bad either. Tries to go over the top and puts it down. There's a piece of it. Gets that front leg out of the way and hits it a mile in front of square. Well in front of square too. Abdullah this time. Oh, swings hard at that. Has he got enough on it? It'll be Jacob Duffy settling underneath that. The great catch.
It's that extra bounce that made it difficult. He got a good piece of it. To Usman Khan. It's in the deepest part of the ground. Usman Khan goes for a well-made 39 from just 33.
And Abdullah is gone. Taken by Mitchell.
Well, he wanted to take the off-spinner on. You can understand that, chasing a big total. That's a nice piece of bowling. There was some loop there. Just didn't get anywhere near it. Complete mistiming and a goober of a catch. Who had a decent start. It's got to go for 36. Abdullah Shafiq, 88 for 2.
Just a little slower, and that one is driven. Oh, goodness me, that's gone over the top.
Oh, that swung away. That's gone all the way for 6. What a shot that is. Just a touch full from Michael Bracewell. Oh, right on cue, Grant Elliott. That's up into the stand. Graham Lowe, stand halfway up. Good work from Rizwan. Up, straight down the ground, all the way for 6. That's a great cricket shot. Good use of the feet from Bubba Azam. Go short. Up! What a catch, Mitch Hyde. It's a beauty.
Brilliant with the bat. Comes in, bumps it in short. Rizwan opens the face, and what a catch from Mitch Hay.
Nice time in the gap. Split the 2 out on the fence and gets through. Gets past. Handy boundary. Right there. That's where you struggle to pick it up. High in the air. High in the air. Back goes out of shock, and he can't go back far enough. Good Yorker in the air, but wow, that's it. I thought it was a Yorker, but he had just enough. Placement, play. Oh, 3 out there and split the gap. How good's that?
Nathan Smith with his 7th over, and that has gone a mile. Is it on the roof? I'm not sure. I think this has gone all the way.
Salmon now. And that is flicked away through mid-wicket for 4 more. Tries the short ball, and that is hooked away for 6. That is a brilliant over of batting from these two. And that is a shot. Stand and deliver. Stuff and gone. Mitchell tiptoes on the boundary rope. He gives it out. Baba's not going to move until review, I'm sure.
Well, that's a tough sight for Pakistan to see Babar Azam go.
This one hurries on. Duffy with a shy of the stumps. The arms are up from Nick Kelly. Has he got his man? We'll have a look. And that is 2 quick breakthroughs for the Black Caps. That's chopped on. 2 in a row.
It's 3/4 seam, maybe a little bit of nip. And Mohammad Irfan Khan leaves the field for naught. It's 253 for 6.
Oh, that's crunched up and over for 4. It's been some innings here from Salman. Oh, that's nicely played. Using the pace, will run away for 4. Oh, there he goes. Out! Straight to mid-off. Good catch. Bracewell takes it.
Just hanging back, expecting it to be short and fizzing through. It wasn't. Gone for a blob.
Oh, swung away. Swung away. And, put it down. Oh, spotted. Straight up. Who wants it? Henry Nichols takes the catch. Reverse cup.
Very, very hopeful. His best chance there was to get an edge and go over the keeper. Harris Ralph gone for 1, 269 for 8.
Down the ground. Out. Has he taken it? Yes, he has.
Running around, I think he thought it was Karen, and then all of a sudden when he realised he had to go forward, there was just a little slip.
Oh, that's a good swing of the bat. Has he got enough? He's got height. Has he got length? No, he hasn't. Willow Rook takes the catch to finish things off when New Zealand, they won the first match.